is a good topic, and I hope we will make it a very important aspect of our life. ISTBAM. IAS is as TIBEM, BEM, ISTBAM. So with that note, Sip Atmanand, Sip Siri, Sip Rumataji, Sip Das, Sip Krishna, Sip Atmaji, Sip Chotwani, Sip Yogini, Sip Ahem, Sip Premchandji, Sip Bliss, Sip Sukhi, Sip Siva, Sip Sita, Sip Samatma, Sip Sadlananda, Sip Prakash, Sip Sagai, Sip Girish Ananda, Sip Rekha, Sip Anna, Sip Amarjit, Sip Harshal, Sip Atmatrai, Sip Chidanand, Sip Gigi, Sip Shoab, Sip Deepatma, Sip Laveen, Sip Chitra, Sip Ritu, and the rest of you who are joining the call. I welcome you to the call. What is the question in front of us today? ISTBAM. ISTBAM. What is ISTBAM? And ISTBAM is something that we spoke few days back. I don't know where it came from. I don't know where anything comes from. And it just comes. Today I wrote a beautiful song in Finland. So I don't know where it came from. It is that famous song. Na 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 na. So that song came to me, and I wrote, आपकी कृपा है कि मुझको प्यार के काबिल समझे. So that song came something like that. I will try to give you something a little later. But today's subject is ISTBAM. And I was telling you, topics come from where, how, what, we don't know. Who am I? Where have I reached? ISTBAM is questioning two important questions. Who am I? Where have I reached? Let us review our ISTBAM. The new mantra, which is pre-enlightenment mantra and post-enlightenment mantra. Ask the question, am I a soul that's trapped in BEM? Or have I transcended ignorance and have I become SIP? There are two important questions today that are in front of us. Am I aware I'm a soul? Or have I already awakened to be SIP? Everybody in this call, even Bacha of this call, knows I am soul. Nobody in this call is coming, even if you come for 2, 3, 4, 5 days, means you are already past that. What is the mantra pre-enlightenment? Pre-enlightenment, yes, I am soul. T, trapped in BEM, body, ego, mind. How many people know this in the world? 1%. Only 1% of the people know I am soul, trapped in body, ego, mind. But you are that 1%. You are that 1% means you are already in that 1% who is blessed. 99% of the people don't even understand what ISTBAM, what I am soul, how can I be soul, what soul, when soul, where soul, what is trap, what body. No, they don't want to understand this. 1% of the people have started the journey. You are that 1%. The truth is, we are all souls. The truth is, we are all souls. We are not body, ego, mind, but we are trapped. We are trapped. How can we attain freedom? How can we attain mukti? This is our goal, our life goal. We live in a body, thinking we are the mind and ego me. We live in the body, thinking we are this body. That's why when we look at a photograph, what do we say? Oh, how do I look now? See, you can see me. I'm standing behind. I'm in the top row in school. See that one, that with glasses. No, I am the one with the glasses. I am the one pulling that fellow's hair. I am the one. I am the one. We know with our photograph, we can, that is me. But very often I tell you the story of the 6-inch clay elephant and the 12-inch clay horse. कहानी दो पुतलों की, एक हाथी एक घोड़ा, मिट्टी के दोनों बने पर लड़ाई कौन बड़ा. हाथी कहे मैं बड़ा, घोड़ा कहे मैं बड़ा, पानी में डाला मिट्टी है दोनों, फर्क नहीं थोड़ा. When are we going to realize? I mean, the potter will come. Here, who's the potter? And the Supreme. The potter comes and puts both Hathi, Ghoda in the water. ना हाथी ना घोड़ा, सब मिट गया थोड़ा थोड़ा. So the problem is we are trapped. We are trapped in ignorance. We believe I am I. We believe I am I. We believe I will die. And we believe God lives in the sky. We all believe. Before you came on this call and before I came on this call, even I thought I was I. I thought I will die. And I thought God lives in the sky. It's strange that human beings are full of ignorance. Human beings are full completely. अविद्या के कारण हम सब तड़पते, अंधकार में जीते और फिर हम मरते, पुनर्जन्म फिर हम लेते. We just go on. The mind makes us think what आया मुझे सब मालूम, सब मालूम. What the mind thinks, I know everything. Don't teach me anything. You go and talk to somebody. You try to talk to somebody that keep quiet, man. You tell your air to shut up. I know everything. What your air is giving lecture every day. I know everything. But that is what everybody thinks. It is just like that car. When the billionaire met with the accident, when the billionaire was caught in the Ferrari car, huh? And then his car was smashed. As soon as they asked him, "How are you?" He says, "Hey, what happened to my car? Car has got smashed. How are you?" "Oh, can I drive my car?" "No, no, that we will see afterwards. Are you okay? My Rolex watch is not there. Where's my Rolex watch?" He just was going to die in the car accident. He is worried. Is my Ferrari car is okay? Where is my Rolex watch? We are unfortunate. We don't know who is this me. We get identified with the body, mind, and ego. We forget who we are. We become miserable. We are alive. That man should realize I am alive. That is more important. He's alive. He's not worried about his life. He's worried about his Ferrari car. He's worried about his Rolex watch. My dear friends, this is the reality of life. We are trapped, but we don't realize we are trapped in ignorance. The purpose of life is to realize it. When I got awakened 10 years back, what is the song I wrote? When I got awakened 10 years back, I wrote a song. 10 years back. The song number is 959. Now I'm writing song number 1463. Means 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 700 songs means more than 10, 12 years back. Maybe in my Talash days. In the song I wrote, मैं तो ये तन मन ना हूं ना मैं अहंकार, सच में तो मैं जानू मैं आत्मा और कुछ ना. एहसास हुआ फिर भी फंसा, एक युद्ध मेरे अंदर लड़ता मैं हमेशा. मैं फंसा, मैं खुद में फंसा. There is a war inside me, there's a war. तू बचा, तू आके बचा. I kept telling Prabhu, तू बचा, तू आके बचा. 10 years back when I awakened, I don't know when I wrote this song, before, after, but it makes so much sense. In the song, I write, अविद्या में मैं जीता, अंधकार में जीता, सोचता मैं तन बदन पर, सच में ये मैं ना. मेरे अंदर एक लड़ाई जारी है सदा. अहंकार कहता मैं हूं, आत्मा कुछ भी ना. कृपा से अहंकार को पार कर सकता, कृपा बिन मैं मर जाऊंगा फिर जीऊंगा. सच का एहसास मुझको तो तू ही दिला सकता. तन मन अहंकार से मुझको आके तू बचा. प्रभु, come and save me. Yes, the band. When I wrote Yes, the band song, the song on Yes, the band I wrote 10 years back. I wrote 12 years back. And today we are talking about the same thing. We are trapped. My dear friends, we are trapped in Maya. We are trapped in the cosmic illusion. We think we are body, ego, mind. We don't realize we are manifestations. Actually, we are the soul, but we don't realize. The moment we realize we are the soul, we become sip. We are trapped in the lila. We are trapped in our karma. We have to transcend karma. When we realize as, not bem, we transcend karma. When you realize I am soul, not bem, B-E-M, then you transcend karma. How are we going to do it? In reality, who is trapped? In reality, who is trapped? It's not the soul. The soul is not trapped. Don't think I am the soul trapped in. No, I am the soul. Soul is not trapped. I am trapped. I am trapped in body, mind, ego. I don't realize I am the soul. So I am trapped. Who is the I? The ignorant body, ego, mind. The IBEM, 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 ignorant body, ego, mind. Trapped, IBEM, trapped in body, ego, mind. I don't realize I am the soul. I don't realize the soul is sip. I don't realize who am I. This is the drama of life. What is my real identity? My real identity, I am soul. I am Atma. I give up Ravi. Why I give up the name Ravi? Why I encourage you all to change your name? Gave up. Gave up Ravi. I am not Ravi. So this is what is ASTBAM. When will we be free from the prison of the body, ego, and mind? There's a very famous story. I don't know how many of you heard this story. Long back, old story. They used to, when children ask, who is God? Where is God? This is the story we tell children. Who is God? Where is God? The old Tata tells. Tata will tell the children, you know, first once upon a time, God was there alone. God was there. God got very bored. He was very bored. What to do? So God made the earth. He made Earth, Mercury, Venus, Platinum, Mars, all these planets. He made the Milky Way. मजा नहीं आया God को मजा नहीं आया. So God made what? He made man and woman. He made dog and cat. He made butterfly and the bee and the tree and the flowers and the fruits. He made out of himself. In everybody, there was God. And he made all these interesting people because he was bored. He wanted to play hide and seek. So he was playing hide and seek, chupa chupi, chupa chupi. He was playing, where is God? Where is God? God is inside everybody. But finally, everybody who he made, they forgot they were God. Everybody has forgotten. God is inside. All the creatures in this world have forgotten that they are manifestations of God. He made, in the beginning, he was pretending, he was playing a game. This is to teach children. Now, all uh, God, all are God, but all are finding for God. Somebody made a very funny story of this. Have I told you another funny story of this? Have I told you? Very funny story. I don't know the real story, but it's very funny. But let me tell you. So I don't know if I'll tell the story properly, but I will try. Sometimes some fun also in between the session. So I told you the story about God putting everybody, God is in everybody, and people have forgotten. So, if you see dogs, have you seen dogs? What the dogs do? They will go behind another dog and smell. Have you seen they go behind other dogs and they smell the back of the other dogs? So somebody was asked why they do that. They say one day there was a huge international conference of dogs. And this international conference of dogs, the dogs were not allowed to take their tail inside. Dogs were not allowed to take their tail inside. So they all removed their tails and kept it in the tail stand. And then in the conference, there was one big ruckus, some fight of all the dogs. They all came running and they all took whichever tail they could take. They fixed whichever tail and they went running. And now all the dogs still today, they're smelling other dogs backside to see whether my, my tail is there or not. They are searching for their tail. So this is how stories come. This is a story which is not relevant. The truth, back to the subject, the truth. We are all sip. We are all SIP. SIP appears as the soul, spark of unique life, manifesting in a body, trapped in mind and ego, me. Did you get it? SIP. SIP is the supreme immortal power. It appears as soul, spark of unique life, in body, trapped in mind and ego. But bam, we are trapped. What is the solution? What are we going to do? Another song on this subject I wrote long back. I said, हूँ मैं जहाज भवसागर में जाता कहाँ जानू ना मैं अंधकार में कुछ ना दिखा बढ़ता गया समुंदर में. I am a ship. I am a ship that is sailing, not knowing where I am going. And we are like that. We are like that ship, not knowing where we are going, but we are going. जहाज में इस भवसागर में पार है होना, संसार से मुझको मुक्त होना, मरने के बाद नहीं पुनर्जन्म लेना, मुक्त होके मुझको प्रभु है पाना, कर्मों से मुझे मुक्त है होना, अविद्या से मुझको मुक्त होना, अविद्या से मुझको मुक्त होना, सच का एहसास मुझे है करना, तन मन नहीं मैं हूं आत्मा. My dear friends, when we realize I am soul, soul is sip, I am sip, sip is in all, then we are not trapped anymore. When we get free from the trap, when the trap, when we transcend ignorance, yastibam, I am soul trapped in body, ego, mind. When will I transcend ignorance? When I realize I am not body, ego, mind. I am soul, soul is sip. I am sip, sip is in all. You know it, you know this. We must realize I am soul. The first step of enlightenment is self-realization. That is called ESTBAM number 1. What is ESTBAM number 1? ESTBAM number 1 is self-realization. I am the soul. I am imprisoned in body, ego, mind. ESTBAM number 1. This is the first step of realization. And we have to go from the first step of realization to the next step of realization. But we have to start one by one. Unless we go from step 1, we cannot go to step 2. But step 1, realizing I am soul. How many people realize I am soul? How many people realize? Not even 0.01%. Not even 1 in 10,000 people. 1 in 100 people search. 1 in 100 people. Then that such 100 people, when 100 people who are seekers get together, one of those 100 will realize. What they will realize? I am soul. Very few will realize. Then, Yestabam step number 2. Yestabam step number 2. I am SIP. Yestabam step number 1. I am soul, self-realization. Yestabam step number 2. I am SIP, God realization. How many people? 1 in a million. 1 in a million. You may be that one. Everybody in the street cannot realize I am SIP. So, as I told you, it's up to us. The moment we have God realization, we have mukti, we attain moksha. When will it happen? When we are free from the maya, the lila of BEM. As long as we live as a little wave, sometimes they look what happens. Waves, when the wave is seeing the wave going and splashing, oh, the wave starts crying, oh, my friend died. My friend, just now my wave went, the wave went and bashan, splashed over, my friend died. Another wave went, oh, psha, gone. When the wave realizes I am not a wave, I am the ocean, then there is no pachang, there is no fear. There is no fear of death because I am the immortal soul. Therefore, we have to, when we realize we are SIP, we become SIP, we become God, we become free from rebirth. This is moksha, nirvana, salvation, our ultimate goal. My dear friends, therefore, this ESTBAM has got two, the pre-enlightenment mantra and post-enlightenment mantra. ESTBAM, where are you? Where are you? In one song again recently I wrote, तेरे बिना जिंदगी में कुछ भी तो नहीं, कुछ नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं, हो गई है मुझे अनुभूति, सब तू ही है, तू ही, सब कुछ तू ही, सब कुछ तू ही, सब कुछ तू ही. What is this? This is that beautiful realization. Then जिसको एहसास होता है ये कि वो तन और मन नहीं, सच में वो आत्मा है, जो ये एहसास करता है कि आत्मा ही परमात्मा है, मुक्ति वो पाता है, मौत पे उसका पुनर्जन्म ना होता, मोक्ष पाता वही. How will you realize? Yes, Tibam. Yes, Tibam. I am soul, trapped in body, ego, mind. Na, I am SIP. I have transcended ignorance of body, ego, mind. If you can transcend the ignorance, you become a master. If you're caught in the ignorance, you're still in Yastibam mantra. Yastibam, Yastibam, Yastibam. You have to transcend the ego, transcend the mind. Actually, you have to eliminate the mind, enlighten the ego. Live as a Satchidanand Atma, a soul in eternal bliss, living in truth consciousness. Very, very important. So, my dear friends, it is for you to use the mantra of Yastibam. The body, ego, mind is no more a reality. You live beyond the body, ego, and mind. Live as the soul. You live as SIP. You have attained the purpose of life. Yastibam 2. Yastibam 1, you are a jigyasu, seeker. Yastibam 2, you have crossed. You have crossed. And if you cross from Yastibam 1 to Yastibam 2, then you have reached that level of God realization. Therefore, Yastibam is a beautiful mantra. Yastibam. Astibam. How you pronounce it? IAS. People remember IAS officer. They remember IAS very easily. Astibam. Astibam. I am IAS. Hey, what your IAS, man? What IAS you are? Oh, I am soul. I am SIP. What is more important? I am IAS. What IAS you are? I am bigger IAS. Oh, you are bigger IAS. How you are bigger IAS? I am soul. Oh. Then I am bigger IAS. What's that? I am SIP. He says I am IAS, Indian Administrative Service. Nothing. What is that IAS? Nothing. You can put in the dabba. You can put in the dabba. IAS. Nothing. No meaning. You have to go to Astibam and you have to cross over. A wonderful mantra to contemplate, to live in Satchidanand. Moving from Yastibam 1 to Yastibam 2. Summary. What is life journey all about? Yastibam. Don't try to be IAS. People are all busy. I want to be IAS officer. I want to be IAS officer. What will happen after becoming IAS officer? No use. Bhaja Govindam, IAS से क्या होगा? हाँ? भज गोविंदम गोविंदम भज मूरमतई. Wake up. Astibam 1, I'm soul. Astibam 2, I'm ship. Astibam 1, I am soul. Astibam 2, I am ship. When you reach that, I am ship, you live with SLS. See ship in all, love ship in all, serve ship in all. Life becomes Satyam Shivam Sundaram. Satyam Shivam Sundaram. Life becomes beautiful because you have gone from ASTBAM 1 to ASTBAM 2. This is the way for you to evolve your journey. My dear friends, this call is meaningful for those people who try to make the best of the meaning of life. This call is not an entertainment call. This call is an enlightenment call. Ask AiR and be enlightened. Huh? So today I wrote a song. I told you. Huh? तेरी कृपा है मुझको समझा प्यार के काबिल तूने. I was just sleeping after the song. Then I got up and wrote one more song, one more verse. I said, मैं क्या हूँ कुछ भी नहीं, सब कुछ तो प्रभु एक तू ही. मैं क्या हूँ कुछ भी नहीं, सब कुछ प्रभु तू एक तू ही. एहसास जब ये हो गया, मैं नहीं मैं तो तू ही. Huh? When will we realize this? So this is beautifully moving from ESTBAM 1 to ESTBAM 2. Of course, the song will get ready. Just I wrote it Garma Garam today in Finland. So this song I will sing it to you at the next appropriate time. There are some people who are very, very great seekers. And like Krishna is one of them. Somebody came on the call yesterday and said, Krishna is asking you for some techniques for enlightenment. I did not know that she's asking for it. You asked for techniques for enlightenment yesterday? No. There's one lady coming from America. Her name is Sonia. Sonia is telling me, no, all these calls, no use. Give us techniques. What? We want techniques. Techniques for enlightenment. So what is the topic for next week? Next week topic is techniques for enlightenment. What are the techniques? So we will try to give you techniques. Some people want techniques. What are the techniques? Yeah, are there techniques for enlightenment? Let us try. I don't know what the subject is going to be, but because we have an American Indian who is on the call, and every day I get a message from Sonia. What is this? I don't understand. I want techniques. I want techniques for enlightenment. So I said, okay, next week we will give you techniques for 10 techniques for enlightenment. What are the? I think all of you know the techniques, but we will help. This enlightenment, if enlightenment had techniques, then everybody in this world would become enlightened. No? If there were technique to be enlightened, then anybody can go and it's just like making hamburger. Anybody can make hamburger. What's the problem? Of course, everybody cannot make Coca-Cola in your house. The secret is missing. Can anybody make Coca-Cola in your house? No, you cannot make Coca-Cola in your house. So we will work next week on this subject. And today we have questions. We started with opening batsman Premchandji and Atmanand. That is the opening batsman. But let us start. Yes.
Shivam Gurudev.
Shivoham.
This is related to today's discussion as well as one point today. Today I was listening a Mata sermon of someone. He said just like our first point is I am soul, second point is I am safe. उसका कहना था कि मधुमक्खी सिर्फ उस फूल पर बैठती है जिसमें शहद होता है. तो क्या हमें अखबार पढ़ना चाहिए नहीं पढ़ना चाहिए? अखबार पढ़ना चाहिए नहीं पढ़ना चाहिए? हम सोसाइटी में रहते हैं. हाँ,
अखबार पढ़ने से क्या मिलेगा?
वही पूछ रहा हूं मैं ये उसका कहना
आपके लिए
था कि
आपके लिए तो बिल्कुल बकवास है, बेकार है।
क्योंकि उसने
The one who is living in this world, जिसको कमाना है, जिसको जो संसार में जीना है, उसको अलग बात है।
वे आप
यू
समाज
हैव
में
ना समाज में
वे आप
अखबार में पूरा बकवास लिखा है, कुछ मीनिंगफुल नहीं लिखा है।
आज उसको उनका कहना यही था कि मधुमक्खी सिर्फ उसी पे बैठती है जिसमें शहद होता है। तो आप तो मैं आपसे पूछ रहा था कि हम सोसाइटी में रहते हैं, हमें अखबार पढ़ना चाहिए नहीं पढ़ना चाहिए?
देखिए, हमें सोसाइटी से कोई लेन देन नहीं है।
कोई लेना देना नहीं है।
हमें प्रभु प्रभु से लेन देन है।
आज फर्स्ट इज आई
हमें
एम
प्रभु
सोल एंड सेकंड एज
हमें प्रभु चाहिए। द मोमेंट हमें संसार में फंस जाएंगे ना प्रेमचंद जी, फिर आप
जी।
नया चश्मा लेने जाएंगे, नया टोपी लेके लेने
नहीं,
जाएंगे।
हाँ।
जरूरत नहीं है।
जरूरत नहीं।
प्रभु प्रभु प्रभु।
जो मैं ये इसको भी छोड़, बाकी तो मैंने सब छोड़ ही दिया ना। मैं टीवी देखता, मैं कुछ भी नहीं करता सिवाय बैठा रहने के। या तो साइलेंस में रहता हूँ, या शिवोम में रहता हूँ, या आई एम सिप में रहता हूँ, बस।
मैंने आपको आज का गाना सब सुनाया आपको।
हम्म,
तेरी कृपा है कि तूने समझा प्यार के काबिल मुझे। हाँ,
बिल्कुल ठीक
क्या?
है।
तेरी कृपा है कि तूने समझा प्यार
प्यार
के
के
काबिल
काबिल
मुझे। तो हमें और कुछ नहीं चाहिए।
कुछ नहीं।
कुछ नहीं चाहता मैं कुछ भी, तू एक है मंजिल मेरी। दिस सॉन्ग इज टू टेल यू वी ओनली वांट, हमें प्रभु चाहिए, प्रभु चाहिए, प्रभु चाहिए, प्रभु चाहिए। संसार के अखबार से क्या होगा? कुछ नहीं होगा।
कुछ नहीं
प्लीज
होगा।
प्लीज ड्रॉप इट, ओके?
थैंक यू
आत्मानंद।
वेरी मच।
थैंक यू आत्मानंद।
Shivam Guruji.
शिवम।
So you are asking about the technique, right? So for the matchstick to light, it just needs to be near the lamp, right? Isn't that what we are not trying to do over here? We want
For
an
the match,
enlightened or a matchstick to get light, then it just needs to be near a lamp, right? That is already lit. That's what we are trying to do in this call, right?
the problem is how many matchsticks that come under the flame will get lit?
It has to
How
make
many?
that it has to make that effort, but that is the
No
technique we
effort.
are following, right?
No effort. No effort.
No
Every
effort.
matchstick that comes under the fire will catch fire.
That is true. That is true.
Everybody who comes under enlightenment will not get enlightened. Enlightenment needs many techniques. It is not a simple equation. In school, we learn simple equations and complex equations, right? In simple equation, a plus b equals 5. If a is equal to 2,
B equal to 3.
this is a simple equation, na? But when it becomes a square plus b square 2 plus 3 square 3 equal to 100, then because in this techniques, what is my present karma? What is my past karma? What is my guru's guidance? What is the grace? What is my Sravana Manana Didhyasana? What is my Vivek Vairagya Shat Shampat Mumukshutvam? It's a complex equation. It's not a technique that you can just go, okay, you go under the batting coach, and he'll hold you how to hold the bat and how to hit the ball, and you hit a sixer. No, anybody can hit sixer, no problem. Not so difficult. Enlightenment has challenges. Enlightenment is dropping the body, the ego, the mind. That's a technique. So I have to give you all the techniques. The technique is first. So first is to activate the intellect. If you follow my techniques, what percentage will be enlightened? Atmanand.
100%, right?
But if you don't follow,
Whatever you say, that 1 or 0.1 or whatever percentage.
so that is the challenge. The challenge in what is, of course, then I have not. I'm going to prepare. This is going to be my 1 week's job here in my retreat. I have to prepare the techniques. What are the techniques of enlightenment? Are you ready to give up your ego? The ego that stood tall like a wall had a fall. The ego that stands tall like a wall has to have a fall. That's a new song we took with Sukhdev, rock song. Huh? So it's not easy. The technique for enlightenment. That's why I hope I put techniques. There's no technique for enlightenment. There are techniques. And these techniques, huh, you have to become a technician. Just a tech, and you must have the right technician. Suppose you have a technique. You have a technique to open something, but you don't have a technician. How you'll open? But when a technician comes, how often you need to call? Oh, call, I got a new fridge. The operating manual is there. Can you do it? Can you fix it? Call the technician, please. Call the company. Hello, can you please send technician? So one of the technique is to find the right technician. If you don't find the right technician, no technique will work. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So 23 minutes today to close. I'm sitting in a temperature of minus 20 degrees, but inside the room it is very comfortable. Rajananda and Siba.
शिवम सर
Shivoham.
सर मेरा मानना है ये कि दैट ऑन टेक्निक्स that I have received mostly all the techniques for last years from you. अब एक ही टेक्निक है जो सिर्फ मेरे पास है, whether I am following it or associating myself with your techniques, what you have given me, that is the only technique. बाकी टेक्निक क्या है इससे आगे? आप यही चीजें बोलेंगे, फिर एक सिस्टमेटिक अंदाज में फिर रिपीट करेंगे what you have
मैं
been.
आपसे बोलूं, नहीं, ये तो टॉपिक नेक्स्ट वीक के लिए है, लेकिन आप मुझे टेक्निक बता सकते हैं? सभी टेक्निक्स 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10
What you have told us, वो सब
नहीं,
इस
आपको सब
किताब
याद है? आपको सब याद है? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
ये तो बोल रहा हूँ ना, it is only one technique is there that I am not going with it. वही टेक्निक है, टेक्निक मेरे पास ही है, टेक्निक मेरे पास ही है कि आपने सब कुछ कहा, जैसे मतलब फार्मी है टेलिंग में 2
माय
साल
डियर
से।
राजानंदा, माय डियर राजानंदा, आपको अंदर जाना है, आप बोल रहे हैं ना,
हाँ,
तो अंदर क्यों नहीं जा रहे?
अंदर इसलिए यानी कि मुझे बाहर से थोड़ा सा लगाव अभी भी है,
तो
सिंपल।
वो जो सोनिया है ना, अमेरिका की सोनिया, वो बोलती है सब टेक्निक दो मुझे, बाहर क्यों, अंदर कैसे जाना, बाहर कैसे नहीं जाना। तो it will be an interesting technique. This will become a book. Techniques for enlightenment. Ultimately, it will become a book.
सर आपकी एनलाइटन की टेक्निक जो भी है वो सब मेरे डायरी में है सर, सब
हाँ,
लिखा है।
मैं कुछ नया नहीं बोलने वाला हूँ, आपको कुछ
बस
नया नहीं बोलेंगे।
दैट इज व्हाई आई एम टेलिंग यू सर, वो
हाँ,
अब हाँ,
लेकिन we have to have a systematic method. टेक्निक लिखना, क्या क्या करना है, 1 2 3। अगर आप लोगों के पास है तो मुझे बोल दो, मुझे प्रिपेयर करने का जरूरत नहीं।
नहीं
If anybody has got the techniques ready, you give me. I will not have to prepare for next week. फ्री मुझे मेरा टाइम बच जाएगा।
आपका तो कहना है, आपका तो वो तो एक डिवाइन सिस्टम बनेगा, वी कैन नॉट अप्रोच दैट, बट मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि जो आप बोल रहे हो आप वही फिर इन यूनिफॉर्म वे में बोलेंगे, दैट्स व्हाई।
Absolutely right. You are 100% right.
जो आपने आपकी किताब में है, आप जो बोलते हैं वही टेक्निक्स है, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली हमारी सिंसियरिटी 100% नहीं है।
एक्चुअली सिंसियरिटी की बात, ओनली सिंसियरिटी की बात नहीं है, इट इज दिस, ये प्रॉब्लम क्या है? वन ऑफ द टेक्निक इज हाउ टू डील विद द माया, वन ऑफ द टेक्निक इज हाउ टू लिव इन द लीला। ये सभी टेक्निक है ना। अगर ये टेक्निक अब अभी ये लीला है, वी हैव टू लिव लाइक हाउ,
योगी की तरह रहना है और
कमल कमल का फूल जैसे झील में ना डूबता है, योगी भी माया में ना डूबता, ध्यान में वो रहता है, मन ना भटकता है। तो अभी ये सोनिया जी अमेरिका में बैठी है, वो ऐसा हो सकता है? वो योगी जैसे बन के जीना है ना। ऐसे नहीं कि मैकडोनल्ड में जाके $2 दे के ऑटोमेटिकली बर्गर मिल जाएगा, ये ऐसा नहीं है। तो anyway, it is thanks to her interest, we will create a topic next week के लिए। Thank you, Rajananda. What you say is correct. Shiva and Krishna. Shiva and Krishna.
Pranam, Guruji. Guruji, yes.
Pranam, Shiva.
Yesterday we missed you, Guruji. 8 o'clock हुआ Zoom call. अरे Zoom call है ही नहीं. लगा के
हाँ,
बैठी.
मैं तो आपके साथ ही था.
Yeah. But still, Guruji, अभी इतनी हैबिट हो गई है ना गुरुजी. 8 o'clock इधर आके बैठो, गुरुजी को देखो, गुरुजी की बातें सुनो, विजडम में रहो. इतना हैबिट हो गया है गुरुजी. Still, but
गुड. जिसको ये हैबिट हो जाता है ना डेली जूम कॉल में आने के लिए, उसका बेड़ा पार हो जाता है. जिसको हैबिट हो जाता है, इट्स अ वेरी गुड हैबिट. इट्स अ ब्लेसिंग.
थैंक यू गुरुजी.
इट्स अ ब्लेसिंग. जैसे अगर मुझे प्रभु की प्यास है, ये तो ब्लेसिंग है कि प्रभु की प्यास है. जिसको प्रभु की प्यास नहीं है, बेचारा वो क्या करे, वो आदमी क्या अचीव करेगा वो आदमी.
Guruji, in such a hurry, I came over here and started with this Zoom call. At least मैं बोली जो मिला वो 15 मिनट गया तो गया. मैं बोली पर at least I have to
हाँ,
be.
बोलो आज का क्वेश्चन क्या है.
गुरुजी, वॉकिंग टेक्निक ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है गुरुजी एनलाइटनमेंट के लिए. But you have to drop your body, mind and ego, and it is a toughest job, Guruji. And you have to be in consciousness 24/7, Guruji.
What is the technique? What is the technique of dropping your body?
You have to be in the awareness, manan.
What is the technique of being in awareness?
श्रवण, मनन, निध्यासन, एंड अपने आप ईगो को एकदम डाउन करके एकदम आई को नीचे करना है गुरुजी.
What is the technique of ego को डाउन करना?
ईगो को डाउन करने के लिए गुरुजी, आई एम नॉट बॉडी, आई एम सोल. बी इन दैट सोल कॉन्शियसनेस गुरुजी. बार बार अपने मन को हिट करो कि आई एम सोल, मैं आत्मा हूँ, मैं आत्मा हूँ, मैं आत्मा हूँ. इन दैट मेडिटेशन ऑल्सो आई रिपीट दिस कि मैं आत्मा हूँ. ये बॉडी तो ऊपर से मुझे कवर मिला है गुरुजी, बट मेनी अ टाइम्स इट इज हिटिंग, मेनी अ टाइम्स इट इज नॉट हिटिंग, बट गुरुजी इट इज वर्किंग. तो आपने उस दिन मेरे को बोला था कि सी सिप इन ऑल. मैं बोली मेरा आवाज बहुत ऊपर चढ़ता है गुरुजी. दैट डे उसके बाद इन 24 आवर्स आई वाज इनटू टोटल कॉन्शियसनेस की कहाँ पे मेरी क्रिया होती है, कहाँ पे मेरी प्रतिक्रिया होती है. गुरुजी अपने आप ही आवाज नीचे हो गया है गुरुजी. व्हेन आई रियलाइज कि मुझे सब में सिप देखना है, तो अपने आप ही आवाज. फिर अगर बड़ा भी होता है ना कि नहीं क्या हुआ, मुझे आई हैव टू सी सिप इन ऑल. तो गुरुजी.
Okay, good. So you have to practice. You have to continue practice.
And it is a continuous process, Guruji. It is not.
Okay. Any question? Any question today?
No, Guruji. It is not a technique, Guruji. I just wanted to tell that, Guruji.
Okay. Thank you. Next Friday ka topic. Krishna and will. Next Friday, technique of enlightenment. Krishna and will.
Yes, Shivoham.
Shiva.
Sir, this topic, though I had initially doubt, especially after yesterday, you gave a very elaborate answer. So, मुझे लगा the first, though the trapping word you have used, but very clearly अभी समझ गया कि we are trapped in our ignorance, we are trapped in Maya, we are trapped in Leela, all this. Then, from that you have to be, you have to break the first enlightenment, self-realization, and move to God realization, which you very clearly said yesterday. You are trapped in Krishna, so move on to that Krishna. So that is the final thing. And मुझे, when you ask about techniques, I never, मेरे लिए the Bible or the Bhagavad Gita now is an enlightenment book, life book, and it gives so much. Though I thought I knew, as you said today very correctly, we thought we knew, we did not know anything. When you move through that pages, and I love that book because just like Bhagavad Gita, you also have followed a spiral, a pedagogical method. Like you think you have moved from one page, next page again you ask the question, what is enlightenment? Then again you ponder so you turn back again, and ऐसे करके I've one round I've completed, I'm going on to the next second reading again. And that is why I asked again doubts if I've missed anything. So what मेरा stage मुझे लगता है कि I am peaceful, I am blissful, I am happiness भी है, but it is not continuous as we see in your face. आपके लिए 24/7 I think you are in that Satchit Anand. हमारे लिए नहीं है. Maybe we are still in Maya. We are caught in Maya. That is one thing I want to tell you. And techniques तो बहुत आपने दिया है. Especially for me, the biggest thing which I never agreed to this was the 4 Ds which you gave. Discipline, dispatch, all the 4 Ds, Vairagya and all that. and it automatically come. It is not that you are suppressing and you don't want something. We are becoming disinterested, dispassionate with many things automatically.
So when there is realization, automatically there is renunciation. You don't have to renounce.
Yeah.
Realization will lead to renunciation. So it is not कि हमें उसको छोड़ना नहीं है, वो
Nahi.
ही अपने आप छूट जाएगा.
Correct. Yes.
So it is the magic. This is a magic which you cannot understand. For example, if suppose I had lust, when I was not air, if I had lust, as I became air, what happened to the lust? The lust disappears. What did I do? I did not do anything to make that lust will leave me. If you suppose somebody has greed, the greed will leave. If somebody has got pride, that pride will leave. Because the moment you realize I am sip, I am soul, and soul is sip. So the journey, let's understand one thing. Any other journey is meaningless. Any other journey, people who are following any other journey, they are completely wasting their life. यही एक journey है. Whether people, Krishna, whether people come to this call or don't come to this call, it hardly matters. What matters is for you to realize this is my life. This is the purpose of my life. The whole world gives big names: nirvana, moksha, salvation, liberation. Now, in this call, we crack it in simple ways. We don't make it complicated. Do we make it complicated? It's nothing complicated.
No. And when we read the Enlightenment Life book, I think you must have written 10 years before or something. But when I read, I'm so surprised. Exactly, you have not even changed the words. You are saying the same thing today also. So मुझे लगता है कि
I don't remember.
the
I don't
truth
remember
never.
what I've written.
So the truth is always the same. मुझे नहीं मतलब it's so beautiful when you read again the same things.
Actually, I think that book which when Sip gave us that book, it's the first such a big book and thick book. We never written another book and thick and big. You are
So
saying it's a beautiful book,
only
right?
missing thing, but we know to update ourselves. Only thing is you have written only 4 yogas. Probably this time you have not discovered the 5th
Even
yoga.
Sip won't be there. Sip also won't be there in that book.
Yeah, but now hum log automatically we replace the word with sip.
I have to. We have to.
Yeah.
We have to renew this. We have to put a new edition of the book. Enlightenment Life book. I need a
So
new edition.
beautiful. The reflections, the questions, the notes, what the space you have given. I don't know. I have seen such a,
No, it's a very good book to
So
start.
when you say technique, I believe that is the best technique you have given us.
So as I said, now Krishna, everybody is not blessed to take that book. How many? I have given that book to so many people. You have read it and you're writing it. You're saying it's like a Bible or it's like a Gita for you. But how many people have even there? So many people have kept it along with that balti paper, no? To sell the paper, old paper. They've kept it there with their papers. He will sell how many kilos. Put that book also and give 1 kilo, 2 kilos. So it is everything is precious. My guru once gave me one book. Somewhere, some old copy of one book he gave me. It was a very precious book. And I really read that book with a lot of depth. It was on some Christian father had written on celibacy. And I read it with that father with the law. So actually from a whole book now, sometimes one page, one line can give spark.
Yes.
You don't need that whole book. Means you don't have to. Sometimes I have transformed my life from a book with one line from a book
But you have
or one
recommended,
page.
you have recommended reading many books also in the last pages, no?
Yeah. Those books are what helped me. But you know what happened? The problem is this. If somebody gets lost in Tattva Bodha, Atma Bodha, Viveka Chudamani, Aprokshanubhati, you can get completely lost. So nowadays, the method I'm giving you all that, in fact, I hope next week's session should be good. Thanks to Sonia. And she said that Krishna only asked yesterday. She referred you. She said, yes, I don't remember what you asked yesterday about techniques.
I didn't ask any technique. I only wanted to know because 24/7 how to be connected, but you very beautifully gave the answer yoga plus consciousness. Actually, we need to be in consciousness. I was thinking how to be connected. Yeah.
So she wants all techniques. What is the technique to be enlightened? So give us one recipe for enlightenment. So let's see. I mean, there are many techniques. You all know it. It's nothing new. It's going to come out. Like Rajananda said, all the techniques every day in this call, you're giving us the techniques. How many of us are able to follow the techniques? How many of us are able to be in yoga? How many of us are able to be in consciousness? The mind is such a rascal. The mind takes over. The mind takes over. What can you do? You are caught. मन बड़ा है चोर, चैन चुराता है, डर और चिंता में हमें डुबाता है. So what we have got in this call, we have all techniques. If somebody attends this call, you don't need any technique. If you attend this call, you can be enlightened. Yeah. But everybody at their own pace. Thank you, Krishna. Will Aham Atma Anna Chitra. Will Aham Atma Anna Chitra.
Shivohang said, no, I don't have
Shiva.
much. I don't have much to say except I appreciate your emphasis on prema. It's quite unusual what you're doing. Many people lay stress, awareness and consciousness, but you're saying actually prema is really the key to the thing in a way. Like all the yogas they circle around prema, and this is something that you're very strongly, and you can hear it in your voice. Man, today you are so full of prema. It's incredible the way you're singing. You're like almost hard to keep you on the ground. You know, you're almost like floating up in the air. The prema is incredible. I don't know what Finland has done to you, but the air there is really...
No, it's not Finland. But prema, if you have prema, then you have God. Sip. The moment you have prema, if you've understood the true meaning of prema, the true meaning of love means you have discovered God. You have discovered sip.
I think also if you have prema, then God bends to your will. Because this is the thing, you know, it says this in the Bhagavad Gita actually, that if you love God, if God loves you, you know, if you make God first, God makes you first. This is the same. But if you love God passionately, he's going to love you passionately. And you can, it's not that you want to manipulate God, but it's just like a love affair. And this is an incredibly important subject, because otherwise it can become very clinical and it's sort of aggressive in a way. You know, if it's just awareness, just consciousness, but you're saying, no, it has to also, prema is at the heart of this thing. That's what
Prema is the biggest technique. Prema is the biggest technique, because without prema is the practical technique. Because when you love, and you just don't love the skin, you love the divine within. Of course, it is from skin to skin, but it doesn't stop at skin to skin. When you are actually loving with the depth of divine love, then you go deep into that. You go very deep, and that love, the deep love, the prema yoga, is a practical sign of you loving God.
My idea in India, if I'm not wrong, people call themselves premi, or do they call themselves prema? There was a Sri Lankan president, he called himself Prema Dasa, but I don't know in India whether you use the word premi or prema, but you can use the word bhakta, bhakti, like that. Is that right or not?
Some people use it, but whether they use it intentionally or they just use it, I don't know. But very few people actually practice prema. And when you practice prema, means you practice loving God.
Okay, well, that's really what I have to say.
Unfortunately, you don't know Hindi fully. There's a beautiful song, if you get hold of it. It says, Sab mein Prabhu ko dekh ke sabse pyar karna, Prabhu se pyar karne ka ek hi hai rasta, sabse pyar kar lo. Means there's only one way to love God.
Well, I think that it might be useful if you could teach this or have sessions, because this is your session is to teach, practice this loving words, which you're very good at. I don't know if you... If
you love, you cannot have war. When you love, you cannot have war. It's impossible for war to take place.
Well, then you should send your songs to the Middle East, because they really need it over there.
Yeah.
I would like to see President Putin singing your song. It really would make a big transformation.
Okay, goodwill. Thank you. 4 minutes to go. And we have Aham Atma and Anna Chitra Yogini. We end with Yogini. No more. Aham Atma, Anna Chitra Yogini.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Everybody knows, as you correctly said, whoever is coming in this call, everybody knows that I am not a body, I am a soul, I am not a mind, I am not a ego. Everything is okay. Out of my own experience, I am talking. We are discussing about the technique. Normally, when we pray to God, it is like asking God without allowing God to speak. But for me, that real technique is meditation. Because I'm not a body, I'm not a, I am a soul. Everything, everybody knows it. How to practically attain that state, from my own experience, out of my experience, I'm saying, meditation time is not speaking to God. It is just like listening to the God. If you go deep into meditation, if you can able to create a distance between what is me, what we call it a sip, sip, sip. What is me? The distance between me and my mind, the distance between me and my body, if we can able to create a slighter distance, automatically we can establish it in the subconsciousness. This is out of my practical experience, I'm saying. Meditation is the real and the only real technique those persons who are already doing, or if they have tested what is meditation, if you can able to create a gap between me and my mind. Why I'm repeating this? I found it in my life. This is a real this thing.
Aham Atma. See, you may create a gap. After creating a gap, you have to lock that.
You're locked.
And to lock it, you have to awaken your buddhi, your viveka chodamani. So these are all the techniques.
Correct.
Meditation is one technique. Contemplation is another technique.
Yeah.
Then realization is another technique.
Correct.
So you have to go through all these steps, step by step. And because a lot of people doing meditation, they're telling nothing is happening. I'm doing meditation, nothing is happening. I'm doing meditation, nothing is happening.
Yeah.
That does not mean that meditation is not working.
Correct. And I could able to see my body as separate from me. I could able to see what is my mind is separate from me. I could able to establish my ego is different from me. Practically, I could able to see it actually.
Because you are living in that consciousness.
Correct,
if you don't
correct.
live in that consciousness, you can't do it.
Perfect. I think. Thank you.
Good, very good. Thank you, Aham Atma. Anna Chitra Yogini. Anna Chitra Yogini.
I bow down to Guruji.
Namaskara.
I've seen your Insta. Rejoice to rejoice. That is beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Then
sometimes we have to make some choices. When we don't make choices, we become
Yes.
unhappy. We are sticking to wrong choices.
Yes.
Because we are sticking to wrong choices, we remain unhappy.
Yes.
So if you make the right choice, you can be happy. Rechoice.
Yes.
To rejoice. Okay, good.
And then
Continue.
I want to say the technique you are told that Sadhana Panchakam by Adi Shankara was the last verses given to his disciples when he was reaching the nirvana. He is leaving Himalayas. At that time, the disciples asked, "What is your guidance for us?" Then he has given 5 verses, with us got 40 steps to follow enlightenment. That is every step is 8 verse, 8 stones.
What is the essence? What is the essence of that?
What you are telling is the essence. This same thing what you are saying is the essence in that.
Okay.
You should
Sadhana.
you should follow. You are not your body. You should leave the ego.
We'll
like
check
that.
Sadhana. Is it sadhana?
Panchakam.
Sadhana Panchakam. Okay.
5
Sadhana
verses.
by Adi Shankar.
Each verses has got 8 stones.
Okay, done. We will
When you cross the 5th step, we will get enlightenment. Like that he is telling. 5 stanzas.
Okay. Thank you, Anna. Thank you for bringing that up.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Chitra and Yogini. Chitra and Yogini.
Shivoham.
Shivoham.
The dream and the waking state, we have experience of these 2 states. And the dream state is considered to be our mind's projection. Similarly, waking state is also compared with the, is also called as a waking dream. This is also a dream of projection of Atman, or you can say. So is it exactly similar to our dream state, or is there any difference?
In the waking state, the body is awake, right? There's body consciousness and mind consciousness. In the
Yes,
dream state, the body, there's no body consciousness. It's only mind working.
yes, yes. But from Atmic standpoint, is it both similar?
Both are similar. Both are similar in the sense you can't, from the Atmic point of view, both are ultimately similar, because even the dream is a dream and even the waking state is a dream. But from a worldly point of view, it is not the same. From a soulful point of view, it is the same.
Yeah.
From
So
in a dream, if you borrow 1 lakh rupees from me in the dream, in my dream you borrow 1
yes,
lakh, can I come and ask you next morning, give me 1 lakh? Can I ask
no,
you?
no, no,
How can I ask you?
no.
I
But in
tell
this,
you, no, Chitra,
uh,
in my dream you came and borrowed money in my dream. Now give me back the money. Will you give me money?
no, no.
So
So
in
in
the
the
world
waking
point
state,
of view, in a
hmm,
world point of view, there's a lot of difference. But in spiritual point of view, life is nothing but a dream.
yes. So other we have to focus on. It is just a dream. It's just a dream. This is also one of the technique, right?
We have to go beyond the dream. We have to go beyond body, mind, ego. We have to be in Satchidanand, consciousness, Turiya. We have to cross.
So if waking state is considered to be a dream, then it has got zero value. Like dream has got zero value.
Absolutely. Life itself is, therefore, what has got value is Chaturya. When you are living in
So
Chaturya, the fourth state, that has got value.
yeah. So this
What is
can be emphasized
Chaturya? What is Chaturya?
consciousness. Consciousness
Soul
which is aware of all
consciousness.
the things.
Soul consciousness, SIP consciousness. That is the value, real value.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Yogini. Thank you, Chitra. Last Yogini.
Shivam sir, can you please tell me how to practice prema? Just now you said, how do I do that?
Somebody went to the doctor and told the doctor, my son is not eating. What do doctors normally do when the child is not eating? What does the doctor normally do?
They'll give them some vitamins or some.
They'll give one syrup.
Yeah.
They'll give one syrup. What does that syrup will do?
Creates hunger.
It creates hunger. For love, real love, you must create the thirst for sip. If you really want to love, love is a effect. The real, I'm not see, the worldly love is different. Worldly love, if you want to see how to worldly love, you go and see all the Malaika, Aurora on Instagram. You will find different type of worldly love. That is not what we are talking about. If you really want the deep love, that comes when you love sip. Because when you have the depth, the thirst for sip, no, then love is born. Prema. Prema is what did I tell Prabhu? What did I tell Prabhu one day? I told Prabhu, है ये आस्था मुकम्मल तुम ही हो, जीवन में मेरे और कुछ नहीं हो, कन कन मेरा तुम बस तुम ही हो, और कुछ भी आए जगह नहीं हो. That day he gave me the gift of Prema Yoga. How he gave me the gift of Prema Yoga? Because I wanted Prabhu. I had thirst for Prabhu. When you have that deep thirst for the divine, love is born. And love is not only for the skin. That is not real love.
No.
Love is
Yeah.
very deep. Love is deep rooted love. I told today's new song I wrote. Huh? तेरी कृपा है कि तूने समझा प्यार के काबिल मुझे. हाँ? तेरी कृपा है कि तूने समझा प्यार के काबिल मुझे. अब कोई नहीं इच्छा है, तू जो है मिल गया मंजिल मुझे. So when you attain God, you don't need anything else. But rest we can talk tomorrow, because right now people must be hungry for dinner. So if you really want prema, love God, seek God, love God. You will develop prema. Prema will come automatically. With folded hands, I bow down. We'll see you tomorrow at 8.